It's been a while since I saw April, her mom, and Iris, probably around a month due to different schedules. It was wonderful seeing my second family again. Iris is so freaking adorable, and she's getting so big. When I arrived at their place, Iris broke out into this huge smile and exclaimed, "Mommy, it's Jessa!" She's so cute, cute beyond words. Oh my goodness, my heart. While catching up, April's mom asked where I get my crystals, since she was blown away by the citrine and labradorite I happened to have in my pockets. I told her about a few of the stores like Mystic Valley, the Silver Lady, Prospectors, and Sunshine Daydream. While we were chatting, Corliss stopped by to join us, and we ended up going to get some ice cream. April and Iris, they love their ice cream with all of their beings. It is like their true love above all loves. They love their ice cream. And after eating the ice cream, Iris and April left to go spend time with Iris's dad. Corliss, April's mom, and I got into this deep conversation about the power of thoughts, setting boundaries, and focusing on yourself rather than others. April's mom is struggling with how others treat her. She's so sweet, and certain individuals recognize the opportunity to take advantage of her because of that. We were starting to reach a breakthrough, but she wasn't completely convinced. We have been discussing how there aren't any real coincidences and how synchronicity is a very real thing. Life and the universe want to help us out, but we have to be open to it and allow it to happen. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. It's like life and the universe are like, oh, you don't expect help? You think it's hopeless? Well, I guess that's what you want, so that's what you get. But yeah, so right as we were talking about this and having a moment for reflection to let it all sink in, an older lady came up to us. She immediately began talking to us and was super friendly. Her appearance was no coincidence. She didn't use the exact same wording as we did, but she reaffirmed literally everything we had been talking about, even though she hadn't heard any of the conversation since she had just arrived at Oberweis. Like, literally, just arrived. And she emphasized the importance of love, being kind, helping others, the power of Christ. She picked up on things even though she couldn't see very well. She's definitely earned her wisdom through her many years. And she recognized that Corliss was raised as a Baptist without Corliss saying anything. Like, we would talk to her about the things she was saying, but then she's just like, oh, Baptist. It's like, you know about that, right? You're a Baptist. And she's like, actually, yes. Yes, I am. I was raised Baptist. And the older lady also believed all of us were teenagers, including April's mom. None of us are. We haven't been teenagers for years, but it's funny. And April's mom was touched by this, but informed the older lady that she was actually a grandma. And the lady couldn't believe it and emphasized how young April's mom looked. And the lady literally thought I was 17. It's not the first time something like this has happened. People always seem to think I'm younger than I am. Like, about 7 or so years ago, April and I decided to hang out at the art studio makerspace at the local children's museum and just doodle these cute little drawings, We were like, this will be fun. There's lots of materials. It'll be fun. Well, let's do it. And a staff member came up to us and thought we were little kids, maybe around like 11 years old. So this isn't anything new, but it's kind of funny. I could have taken offense to all of that, but I didn't because age is an illusion anyhow. But the lady was so sweet, and it's just, some people could have gotten upset about the fact that she just came in and like took control and command of the conversation for like at least 20 minutes. But that's not how we chose to view it, because everything's meant. We just went with the flow and allowed it to play out to see what message the universe, source, creator, spirit had for us. And it confirmed a lot of things, and we made sure to address it with April's mom after the lady left. And it led to April's mom commenting about how she's been seeing a lot of repeating numbers lately, like 1111. We informed her that that's another synchronicity, and that spirit, source, universe, her guardian angels, her spirit team, whatever you want to label it, were trying to get her attention. And she took this information in and generally began to reflect on it. So it's just like, there's a lot of meeting and everyday experiences, even if you want to write them off as mere coincidences. There really are no coincidences at all. No, no, no. So, since April's mom was feeling shaky and unstable, we decided to take the opportunity to introduce her to Sunshine Daydream and get her some crystals. April's mom has opened up to the idea ever since I started bringing her little crystals here and there, and she has truly resonated with the concept. She insisted as we drove that she wouldn't buy any, that she would just look. When we got there, John opened the door, and upon seeing us, playfully ran back inside. I had informed April's mom about this earlier when she had been asking where I get crystals. She didn't seem to totally believe me about how an employee would do that, would literally run back inside. But then she witnessed it happen with her own eyes in the flesh, and then so she's like, I get it. But she totally could see how it was playful. And John told us that we couldn't actually purchase anything at the moment because the system happened to be down. We ended up asking if we could just look around and show April's mom around the store. He said it was fine, and we all went straight to the crystals. April's mom was enthralled with all the crystal buddies for sale, like drawn in particular to this giant green crystal that I believe was serpentine, but I didn't see a little label tag description, so that's just my guess right now. I'll have to learn more on crystals to be more certain, but that's what Corliss and I believe it to be. I pointed out that there were smaller crystals for sale. The smaller ones, like that are in this little cubby, are on sale for $1 a piece, or you can get a bag full of them for $5.99. She immediately started finding crystals that were calling out to her. A lot of them happened to have grounding qualities and being like having clarification, being able to see clearly, which would really help her out with what she's going through. And she was going to put them back since the system was down, but I told her that she should just put them to the side because the system would come back up. And John remarked how they literally had no clue when the system would come back up and that they couldn't make promises. At that point, I just looked at him straight in the eyes and reminded him, you've witnessed what we can do. You've seen the prices we've got on crystals before. The system will come back up. I set my intention. He looked at me and replied that he couldn't argue with that because he's seen the proof. We then showed her around the store. As we were concluding the somewhat guided tour of the store, guess what happened? The system came back up just like Corliss and I knew it would. We encouraged April's mom to put the crystals in a bag because it would be cheaper. You could fit a lot of crystals in the bag. So as we were looking at like how many bags she would need, John and Corliss believed her collection of 12 stones would require 2 bags. I just had this gut knowing that it would only take 1. John specifically didn't think it would work, but he wasn't going to stop me from trying. Honestly, I didn't think much about fitting the crystals in. I worked very much with my intuition. My intuition guided me to kind of piece them together like puzzle pieces, but there really wasn't much thought involved. I just went with the flow and just did. I focused on action instead of like overthinking and analyzing, like trying to put it all together. And it took less than a minute for me to get all the crystals into 1 bag, and I concluded with a triumphant BAM! John was in disbelief, and Corliss was very impressed and remarked, you definitely called that one. We ended up proving lots of things possible to John in our trips to Sunshine Daydream. I feel like we're constantly pushing his beliefs on what's possible. And I ended up buying this huge crystal sphere, and I think it's an ocean jasper. It didn't have a little tag description, but it's like from what I've seen of ocean jasper, it gives me ocean jasper vibes, and John said that he believes it's a jasper, so there's a good chance it's an ocean jasper. But unfortunately, I didn't get a special price on this beautiful, beautiful crystal sphere when I rang it up to check out, and I think it's because I had to manually enter the price because the system was up but not really running at normal capacity. But I refuse to live in a reality of a lack, and so I got it because it makes me happy. And honestly, we should live a life that makes us happy. Why would we come here to be all sad and miserable? It doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, so we concluded the experience of showing John my crystal water bottle, and getting into this pretty deep conversation about crystal charged water, the effects, what fossils are, the different classifications of rocks, stones, crystals, minerals, etc. It was really interesting, and we like kind of pushed each other's like horizons, I guess. Like we expanded our knowledge and like made us rethink things and like, we need to look into that deeper. Because like John was talking about, oh, if you like can charge your water with crystals, can you like just like spike someone's drink with like rose quartz to make them fall in love with you? And it's like, well, you definitely can put the crystal in the drink, but you can't force people to fall in love with you. That's not how it works. Like, there's going to be some interesting karma associated with that if you try to do that. I don't recommend it at all. We ended up rounding out our trip by getting another caricature from the nice gentleman who works for tips in the area. April's mom wanted to keep it, which was fine by me as long as I got a photo of it, which I did. And funnily enough, his rendition of her was of a really young lady too, which caused us to emphasize that people can see the essence of her soul and that she shouldn't let others get her down. She's awesome and she shouldn't let others dull her shine. She's an incredible soul. Like, don't do that. Don't let anybody dull your shine, whether you're April's mom or somebody else. Like, no. You came here to be you. You came here to be beautiful. You came here to shine and speak your truth. So do it. It was an awesome day with my soul family. It was so much fun and I love them so. I can't wait to hang out with them again. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Bye.